closer you got to me, the faster I try to leave. Like a mirage, like a mirage. The scars that you don't like keep on my arms, I appear empty. Like a mirage, like a mirage.
Welcome SRA Nation, welcome to Sim Racing Alliance GT3 Main Series Season 16.
It's going to be a wonderful race here tonight. We got some great action here.
He's gonna look down the inside. He's gonna dive. There's a Mercedes. Oh no!
I mean, these two gyros side by side, it's not going to be, it's exactly what you want to see behind you. Spins his wheels, and that's going to be prime time attacking opportunity.
Oh, and he's going to try to stick it inside.
Oh, no contact. Oh my god!
And we're off and away for SRA.
Hello, SRA Nation, and welcome back. We are on a blank screen, apparently. I don't know why that's not working. But we are here for Round 3, Division 5. We took a week break last week so that some of our SRA drivers could go to Daytona. But we are back, and I'm joined in the booth again by Sean Paul. Sean, how are you doing?
Oh man, I'm doing great. Yeah, you gotta love a little technical glitch here or there, but if that's all we have to deal with tonight, I'd say that's a win. So
I would agree with that. Yeah. So we are here for a wonderful race. Again, this is round 3. We did our first 2 rounds a couple weeks ago at Indianapolis and Watkins Glen, but we are done with the Americas. We are on to Europe with Barcelona. It should be a really fun track. This is the old version of the track that has the chicane at the end of the lap, but I'll go ahead and talk you through it a little bit. So Sector 1 starts with a giant straight, not the longest straight in tracks, but I think it'll be the longest straight that we have on the calendar, other than maybe Kyalami. But Turn 1 it's not as hard a braking zone as some of our other Turn 1s, but it's still a hard braking zone where we can see a lot of carnage there. Lap 1. Turn 2 is a left-hander. Turn 3 is a very hard right-hander. It's an uphill, almost off camber, so it's not entirely all on throttle. You have to lift a little bit. Turn 4 is our first super hard braking zone. We go down to gear 2 or 3 a little bit, but a hairpin right-hander. Again, a little bit uphill, not as off camber. I don't think it is off camber. But then turn 5 is a downhill left-hander. Turn 6 isn't really a corner. It's just kind of something, a kink you go through. And then turn 7 and 8 is an almost chicane. I'd call it a switchback more. And then turn 9, again, just a little bit of a lift normally, maybe a little tap of the brakes. And then turn 10 is, I think, our hardest braking zone of the entire track, and one of the best overtaking zones for anyone able to get a good enough run through turn 9, as it's all the way down to gear 2, sometimes gear 1, depending on the car you're in. But that's a super tight left-hander. I don't know if I would call it a hairpin. Sean, would you call that a hairpin, turn 10 there?
Yeah, that's pretty tight. Yeah, get that. I think that qualifies.
All right, so qualified hairpin. You've heard it here first. And then turn 11, a very tight corner. So if you are side by side through the exit of turn 10, you will not be by turn 11, because either you will be single filed behind each other, or you will have crashed into each other more likely than not, as we will hopefully not see here during the race, but it wouldn't shock me, is what I'll say. Turn 12 is another kind of little off camber, slight braking zone. And then turn 13, a sharp right-hander, hard braking. And then we have the chicane of turns 14 and 15 before the exit back onto the back straight for turn 16. Sean, are there any turns here that you think we should be looking for in terms of action or places that are really easy to mess up for our drivers?
Well, I'll tell you, turn 9 is the one that, for some reason, I have not quite figured out in the BMW yet. I 1 out of every 5 laps, I'll nail it. But I spun last night in the practice race, coming around through that corner. The BMW just loses it so early, I feel like, trying to get the power on. So that one's a strange one too, because it's not a difficult corner, but just by looking at it, but trying to maintain the speed, because you have that long run, like you're talking about, going down into 10, so you're constantly worrying about people trying to overtake you and get edge position there. So that's one for me. And then of course the chicane, the 14 and 15 at the end, you have to not only sacrifice a little bit of 14 speed to get a good exit on 15, you are also trying to vie to get on the throttle quickly to get top speed down the straight. And that is also where myself and I believe a couple other people find themselves constantly. You go a little wide and the game throws, I swear to God, it throws 2 track cuts your way if you go wide and hold on the throttle. So watch for some DTs coming that way from people, being aggressive there. So that's all I can think of at the moment. What about you?
Yeah, you talked about the drive-throughs. I think this is the first track where we're really gonna have to focus on it this season, because let's see, turn 3, if you get on throttle too early and don't lift, you can get a track cut, I think, on the exit of turn 3, just because of how much time you theoretically gain. Yeah, like you said, turn 15, and then sometimes turn 1 if you take that too deep, and then the exit of turn 9. It is technically gravel out there, so I don't know if you can really gain too much time, but it definitely makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah, but we're gonna go ahead and move to our driver standings. So our driver standings right now are a little weird because with our drop race, there's going to be some drivers who are tied on points. In fact, there's a lot of drivers tied on points, but they're not tied if we look at their total points for the last 2 races. So right now, Matthew Bowden is in first place with 100 points. Christian Dirksen is in second place overall with 92 points. However, if we get rid of their drop points, as in we count both of the last 2 races, Christian Dirksen is actually ahead by 17 points, 168 to 151. So Matthew Bowden has that best overall result, but Christian Dirksen maybe a little bit more consistent over the last 2 races. And then Brad Morath in P3, Ian Gilchrist P4, and then Paulo Reese in P5. And then just to look at a couple of our silver drivers, Dick Zipperburn Sr. is in P8 overall, P2 silver. Joshua Hooker is P9 overall, P3 silver. Max Yang is P11 overall, P4 silver. And then Daniel Roberts is P17 overall, P5 silver. However, I do expect some of our drivers here to get moved to gold, especially Christian Dirksen, since right now he leads the overall points total.
And that may have happened already, right? Are we seeing... How would that have worked if people have already been shuffled around? Because there was some shuffling in the last couple of days, if I recall. Yeah,
we've had a lot of people promoted from one division to another, and you can actually see that because neither of our race winners from the last 2 races are in our points total. So you get 110 points for winning, and there's no one with 110 points. But I believe they hold off on promoting like gold to silver until after round 3, just because then you have a better picture of who is fast where. But I could be wrong on that.
Makes sense. I appreciate the background there.
Yeah. And then just to give a little bit of love to the back end of our drivers who have maybe not had the most fortunate luck, as we have seen a lot of wrecks in the last race. But then looking at our team standings, we have top of the bell curve racing in P1, 617 Racing in P2, and then the bad ones in P3. But again, the drop points really carrying some teams or hurting some teams. For example, 617 Racing goes from P2 all the way down to P7. If we get rid of if we include all the drop points, and then high on PSI goes from P6 up to P3. So again, the drop points really kind of skewing who's actually doing really good right now. But while we're looking at the standings, Sean, sorry. Paulo is the bad ones, yeah. Sean, is there anyone who you think might do a really good job today, or a certain car that you think will be doing really good today?
Well, I'll tell you, the Lexus is one to look out for. But did we not have any? Let's see here. We didn't even have any, did we, in D5? So the BMW is up there, and the Mustang, of course. I was taking a quick peek at the hot lap leaderboards, and Paulo Reese has broken into the 144s, which is pretty darn incredible. So yeah, we're gonna be on the lookout for him. Followed by like half a second behind him is Brad Marath and Brad Bertram. So keep an eye out on those guys. You know, you never know who's been practicing outside the leaderboards and of course the practice servers and stuff. But yeah, we're getting ready to start it because I think they're hitting the track. So this is going to be a good one.
Yeah. So a lot of drivers here doing really good, and this is our last chance for our drivers to, I don't know, hold on to those sandbags before they get promoted. Yeah, so we will move to the track. Right now, the first man on track is Yang, Max Yang, in that wonderful, wonderful Mercedes. I know the Mercedes is kind of similar in how you have to drive it to front engine cars like the Mustang, but I don't remember if it's good in a straight line. I know it wasn't bad in a straight line when I tested it. I just don't remember if it's good in a straight line. But he will be our first driver.
I couldn't speak too much about that one, but we'll watch and we'll find out where he's gaining or losing time for sure.
We definitely will. Yeah, looking at the leaderboards for the top times. Let's see, I need to reset this, I think. Yeah, Paulo Reis, actually in the practice session just before the race, or before we started qualifying, set a time of a 1:44.7, which is absolutely stunning. That's a D3 time, so it would not shock me if he gets promoted. But our fastest silver driver, our fastest silver driver is Alejandro Guarin, who I believe is a little bit further back in the queue, but we will go ahead and watch Max Yang as he does his first lap. Just see how he does. He does a really nice job there through turns 1 and 2, making sure that he stays on the line, not going too far into one of the curbs. He maybe goes a little bit wide on the exit of turn 3, but he stays within track limits. And then who do you have there in the picture-in-picture?
I've been bouncing around a little bit. I saw a brief yellow flag, but I think it was just queuing up on the track. So I'm just going to kind of bounce around and see if any events happen here.
All right.
Anybody starts catching up, we'll keep an eye out.
Yeah, look at the gaps, make sure no one's getting impeded or something like that. Max,
Yep.
Yeah, Max Yang had a
Yang
little
is
bit of a moment.
way out in front of everybody.
Yeah, he is, which is always very good when you're trying to find that space. Being first in line is obviously best. He had a little bit of a moment through turn 7. I wasn't sure if he had an oversteer moment or what, but he has another moment as he goes way deep into turn 10, so that will be an invalidated lap. And I believe he now has to wait for a couple other drivers to pass him.
Yep. Yeah, and I was looking at the track wrong. 792 was way off by himself. I was thinking that was Max for a second there. How's Max's rejoin? Is that okay?
It seemed fine. I don't see. Yeah, he's a couple seconds ahead of the guy behind him, so he should be okay, I think. Although he might just end up giving a slipstream to the guy behind him. Dick Zipperburn Sr. is our first across the line with a 1:47.5, which is a pretty nice banker lap.
That's solid.
Gray comes across the line with a 1:49.9. Not quite the best banker lap, but he definitely still has time to get that better. Dirksen goes provisional pole with a 1:45.8. Very nice job there. And for those wondering, the reference time for Division 5, so what we would expect for some of these drivers to hit, would be about a 1:45.9. So I'm not going to say that all of our drivers are going to meet that time, because being the lower division, there definitely is room for less experienced drivers to be racing. But that is about the time that we would expect, I would say, maybe the average D5 driver to hit, and then our pole time should be a lot lower, by maybe about a second if some of the practice times get filled in and some of these drivers get personal bests. looking to big improvers. Dick Zipperburn Sr. is improving by almost a second right now, coming through Sector 3. It will all really depend on how he does here through the chicane. Looks like he does a really nice job on that first apex. Maybe misses the second one a little bit, but he does get a good exit. He will improve by at least 1.25 seconds here coming onto the main straight. And he crosses the line with a 146.1. Very nice job there. I believe Jetter.
I'm just having some fun doing a little drone flying here. Don't mind me.
Oh, drone flying is always fun. As Dirksen pulls off to the side, not entirely sure why. He maybe ran out of fuel or was having issues. I'm not sure. But there in the pip, we have a drone-ish almost going all the way down the pit straight following. I can't tell who that is. It's a Porsche.
That's you.
You.
Yep. Jason Yu. I tried playing with the... I don't think people care about this too much, but I don't care. We're going to chat about it for a second. There is a way to use a controller and do the Selena drone work. I tried that today, and it's so counterintuitive to the way... So I actually have, like, a lot of real-life experience flying drones, and not just, like, the DJI, like, GPS they locked in. Like, I can fly a manual FPV quadcopter all day. But the yaw and the pitch and everything is kind of backwards the way that it works. And I was like, I just could not be smooth enough. I kept going through the ground or up in the air. So I was like, all right, we'll stick to the mouse and keyboard method for now. But I'm going to keep trying next week, maybe. If I'm invited back in the booth, we'll see what happens.
You're always invited in the booth. Even if there's 5 people, I would invite you back.
Buddy. All right, let's go.
Yeah, our biggest improver right now is Jetter. You were saying Savard?
Yeah, Savard had a bit of an off-track moment there. He was up over like 0.8 of a second, but lost it on that turn 9, I think, going into 10. Invalidated, so we'll keep an eye out on how he does.
Yeah.
Next one.
All right. Yeah. Jetter was able to improve by about 0.8 of a second up to P5 with a 146.9. Dirksen is our fastest driver right now with a 144.7, so we are very much into the 144s. Wow. He will have...
My goodness.
Yeah, Reese does now have competition for that pole, as I believe Dawn had a yellow flag moment there in the pit.
Yep, we're going to go back and see. Just practice this a little bit. Going into turn 1, it looks like...
I find it funny, the Pip and the main guy were doing that almost side by side. So perfect
nice.
timing there.
No,
so
he just went off. He went off track on purpose. So
all right. So maybe not improving, realizing he didn't have time for another lap, or maybe he just ran out of fuel. I don't know. But yeah, really unfortunate for him. Gray right now is our main improver.
And he is.
Good.
Definitely looking pretty good right now. Yeah, I was just gonna say I just hopped on him as well. But he's getting some he's hitting some traffic, I think.
Yeah, I believe.
I think he might have to abort.
I don't know.
As with the yellow flag, but yeah, he's behind Yang now, and
I think
he's still a second up, but he's going to try and finish the lap.
Yeah, he's going to get a good improvement, and he will get a slipstream going down this. I don't know if it'll be enough, though, and he's not allowed to pass Yang during the qualifying, so I believe he's now backing off.
That'll be it, though.
Yeah,
he won't get a second chance.
Still, P4 silver, not a bad place to be, especially with where he may be able to place in the overall championship. There's only 26 drivers right now in the server, and I assume we're going to lose a couple to either mechanical issues, network issues, or wrecks and people just deciding it might not be worth it to continue, unfortunately, as Guarin goes P2 with a 145.6, so very nice job there. And I believe he has time for another lap.
I saw him off track. He was Guarin. Yeah. Sorry, Dirk's. Yeah, somebody else had returned to the pits there, but it's like everybody's going back. But yeah, Guarin is kicking it, and he's up 2/10 right now. So it won't be anywhere near enough to, get him into pole. But
he still has a lot of
just
left
the
to go as he loses it there through turn 4.
Yeah, there's a little bit of slide there, a little bit of Tokyo drift action.
Unfortunate. Our 2 other improvers right now are Yang and Savard. I think Yang is going to finish the lap first, so I will stay with him, as I believe we are on board there in the pip, so we can see what it looks like going through this last set of corners. Misses that last apex, but should be good enough for a very nice exit. Will improve by about 6. Very close there, but he will improve by about 0.6 all the way up to provisional P4 with a 146.6. Well, 146.5, but very nice job there. And then Savard, I don't think was able to improve his lap time, unfortunately. Yeah, so Dirksen with our provisional P1 with a 144.7, and then Guarin with a 145.6. So very, very good lap from Dirksen, who I believe will probably be promoted either to D4 or at least to D5 Gold, but not entirely sure.
Yeah, I'm surprised maybe he's had a lot of practice. I don't know. I can't remember what his last 2 weeks were like, but he may have played that nice little bit of sand. No, I'm not going to say sandbagging, but it worked out in his favor so far that at least for tonight he gets to stay here in D5. But it's also a shame because you lose your points if you do get division change. So we'll have to see how that all shakes out. If he had if he just put in a lot of laps and just got had the time down.
Yeah, I mean, he is our current P2 sitter in the championship, so he definitely has been fast. So I think it'll really depend on how his race goes today. But I do know that depending on how fast you are, whenever the admins reach out to you, they'll say, "Hey, we will probably promote you by the end of race 3, but we want to know if you want to move up early." Because that's what happened to me a while ago.
Okay.
They said, "Hey, you guys are super fast. We're going to move you up, but we are giving you the option to move up sooner so that you actually have a chance to fight for the silver championship of whatever division you're going to." Right now, Scarborough is about 2/3 actually through the lap. He's done a pretty good lap so far. Not entirely sure on his sectors, but he is going through
my only
the last set
comment,
of corners.
if he ends up watching this back, my suggestion, use more of the track. You're given a lot more of the track, and I noticed there was a couple corners there where he could be off a full car or 2 lengths, setting himself up. But this sector is looking really nice for him. So be interesting to see how this comes together as the first gold driver comes around. And I'm also surprised at how few drivers there are on track, like you mentioned. But wow, he got a 45.6. That's solid.
45.6 up bag. So yeah, he definitely has a lot of time to improve. Jeremy ran provisional P10 with a 147.8, but definitely a lot of time to improve. And then I'm a little shocked at how few the ratio of gold to silver drivers, but I know that a lot of our gold drivers were promoted, so that may be why there's this massive imbalance. As Reese goes provisional P2 now, taking it away from Scarborough with a 145.4, and he's already a 10.5 up before turn 3.
I do like this Top Gun livery, the goose.
Yeah, it is really
on the
nice.
Side there, Top Gun, the flag.
Yeah.
I will admit, I did not remember to sync specifically for tonight my Parc Ferme. So, if anybody made any updates, I apologize. Let's see.
Yeah, I know that I synced yesterday, but I didn't do anything for today.
Yeah.
So hopefully everyone has their livery, and I would assume by now that most liveries are going to be set, and there's not many new people joining D5. You can't get promoted into D5, so... Ooh, as Reese has a little bit of a moment there, almost oversteered going through turn 10. He does invalidate due to that. But yeah, also, I've just been pinged about this, so I'm going to do it here. Since I can, sort of. Almost. Give me a second.
Yep.
So... Kyle Boys wasn't able to make the livery stream, unfortunately, but he did make a very nice livery here.
Oh, I'm all over it too. Where's he at?
He's in the pit lane right now, but I wanted to give him a quick shout out because he was not able to get it done in time, but he did get it here now. So I wanted to give him a little bit of a shout out for that.
Oof, yeah.
Once I figure out where my camera button is. Where's my...
I'm on him now too. It's looking good.
There we go. I think I have my... No. What is happening here? Do I have my... Yes, I do. Okay. Now I'm good. Sorry. Anywho, so while I was fumbling around with the cameras, I'm sorry, Marath, for not catching your lap, but Marath went P2 with a 145.39, and then Bertram went P4 with a 145.59. But no one has caught up to Dirksen, as Van Winkle and Leung have both gone off track. I'm not sure if those were issues or they were just trying to get out of the way of somebody faster behind them, but they still have time for more...
Yep, Leung went off just... Maybe he saw somebody's coming up close, and... I don't know, it looked like an accident, but not sure. Just coming a little wide out of that one. Van Winkle is yellow, but I think he's just getting ready to... Yeah, he was just building a gap from the guy in front of him.
All right. Meanwhile, Reese takes that provisional P2 away from Marath with a 145.31, so not too much difference between our P2 through 4. Really, P2 through 4, although they are still all 0.6 off of Dirksen.
Like I said, though, just came in hot with P3, 45.342. That was a bit of a banger there for him.
Yeah, that was a very nice job. Bertram is currently improving by a lot, but I'm going to try to not go to him until after he's cleared the last corner, because I don't want to jinx him that much. So I will watch him later. I will watch Jeremy Ryan.
I beat you to it.
So we have two cameras on Jeremy Ryan, improving by about 0.6, so we will figure out where he ends up. He would currently improve to around P8 if he keeps on track right now. And I'm not quite sure what his livery is, but I do like the way that it looks, especially with that silver. Meanwhile, Bertram has gone through the last meaningful corner, so as long as I don't make him invalidate this here, and he doesn't, he will come across the line with a 0.5 improvement to set a 45.09 to take provisional P2. However, Reese is coming through the last couple of corners. He's on pace to take pole away, but it all depends on the exit of turn 16. He lost a little bit of time, but he will still take provisional P2 away with a 144.74. So very nice job there. But he doesn't have enough fuel, so that is all she wrote for Reese. That is unfortunate. And then Bertram goes off. You were saying?
I was just trying to say Jeremy's livery is the Bond livery, and it is stellar. It's really good.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. I knew it looked amazing. I just couldn't tell what it was.
Yeah. It's got Daniel Craig and Sean Connery on both sides. It's wonderful.
Very nice job then.
With the top little the top barrel, looking down the barrel, blood coming down. That's such an iconic Bond.
It is.
Ism.
Yeah. So, everyone has gone back to the pits. It seems, except for 2 drivers. Van Winkle is currently not on a valid lap, but he is still going around. And our last valid driver is Leung, who is currently on a slight improvement, but not by much. So we will go ahead and watch them through. I don't think they are going to be fighting for pole at all, but we shall see as Leung goes off. No! I'm sorry, Leung.
How dare you?
Yeah, I'm sorry, that's all on me. Yeah, Van Winkle has crossed the line, so that's that. But Dirksen with an amazing P1. Reese, P2, only about 3/10 behind him, as I try to find a view that actually shows him. And then Bertram, P3, not that much farther behind them. They've all done an amazing job, but we will be back to do our grid walk after a word from our sponsors.
A huge thank you to our SRA sponsors and title sponsors for supporting us here at SRA, as well as support from Documise, a modern business solution for product management. Go to documise.com to learn more today. And support from Retro Saga, a North American-based gaming company that provides accessories for your favourite classic systems, including Nintendo, Sega, PlayStation, and much more. Enhance your retro gaming experience today at retrosaga.ca. And a big thank you to our affiliates, Track Racer. Experience redefined gaming with Track Racer's high-quality sim rigs and accessories. Use code SRATE at checkout to support us. Armamentario, a toolbox for ACC that will enhance your chance to win. Enjoy a fully customizable and enhanced HUD to change the way you experience ACC. AT3D Sim Shop. Upgrade your sim racing experience today with premium 3D printed accessories featuring precision crafted magnetic shifters, sleek cable management solutions, versatile stream deck mounts, and immersive dashboard displays. Their innovative designs enhance performance and style, elevate every lap with top-tier quality and craftsmanship at at3d.net. Go Setups, premium esports setups for everybody. Use our affiliate link on our Discord and take your drive to the next level. Castle and Cauldron, a home-based crafting business specializing in handmade Harry Potter, Fantastic Beasts, and Fairy World collectibles. Magic wands, potions, mini dioramas, wall decor, costumery, cosplay, and much more. Castle and Cauldron is where crafting meets the magical. Visit facebook.com/Castle Cauldron. And from KP Concepts, your source for custom automotive renderings, graphic design, and printing. We spend countless hours making you look all good for the spectacle. Check out kpconcepts.com for more.
All right, welcome back. We have an amazing fly through here that we're going to do, since I can't really see the starting grid from where we are, but we're going to do our walkthrough here. So Christian Dirksen with an amazing job for P1, currently silver, but I doubt he'll be silver for long. Paulo Reis, P2, in another Ferrari. P3 is Brad Bertram. I expect Bertram to do really good here on the start. So the Ferraris ahead of him don't really have good acceleration, and the Ford does have really good acceleration. So as long as Bertram's able to get a good exit, he should be able to really challenge for P1, but we'll have to see. P4 is Daniel Beckstead in another Ferrari. P5 is Brad Marath in another Ford. P6 is, well, it should be Danny Scarborough, but Scarborough is in the pits, and I don't know why. So that's unfortunate for him.
Darn.
He apparently doesn't know why he's in the pits either, according to the Discord, but so that's unfortunate for him. I'm not sure why, but technical issues there. Alejandro Guarin is in P6. Actual P6 now, I guess. Dick Zipperburn, Sr. in P7. Jason Whitwam in P8. Jeremy Ran in P9, Max Yang in P10, Joey Van Winkle in P11, Alan Leung in P12, Lenu Gray in P13, Quinn Jetter in P14, Prodigy Dawn in P15, Denny Savard in P16, Daniel Roberts in P17, Jason Yu in P18, Clement Laurier in P19, Daniel Builes, I think that's how we said it was pronounced last time we were here, but I could be wrong. P21 is Connor
I'm not
Waitkes.
positive.
Yeah. Kyler Boys in P22. Connor Waitkes and Kyle Boys are the teammates, and they are the ones with the super clean liveries. And they're not symmetrical, so that's a lot harder to do than some other cars would be. So, amazing job there. P23 is Mason Hall. P24 is Stefan Pellerin. P25 is Hunter Lowe. And then Bruce Hopkins is our other pit starter. I don't think that might be due to penalty. I'm not sure. I know that Danny Scarborough was an accident, so he may have just forgotten to hit drive. I'm not sure. But we're going to go here to the front. I know I said that the Fords have a really nice chance to jump the start, but is there anything else that you want to look out for here, Sean?
No, nothing comes to mind. I'm just hoping for a good, clean racing. I want everybody to have a blast tonight and just keep the SRA spirit alive.
All right. So the one thing I am worried about is possible drive-through penalties on the green flag, but we are good. We are 3 wide already here in the back. I believe that is with Zipperburn, Jeremy Rand, but we are so far clean. As long as there's no accordion effects, it doesn't look like there's anything too big. Maybe a bit of a stack up there on the outside of turn 1, but no major contact. We are clean through the first few corners and no one is off. So very happy to see that there. There's a couple drivers who have lost spots, but right now I'm going to look at Whitlam, who's side by side with Beckstead. Whitlam holding that inside line, and he's going to get the better exit of this corner. Beckstead almost going wide, does go wide, but is able to keep it mostly clean. As there's a massive send there at the back, but I believe that's Jetter. Oh no!
Oh, we have our first.
So Jeremy Ran, I believe, got hit by Jetter in that dive, and then I don't know who that was. I believe that was Leung, who was falling all the way back there. I'm going to quickly pull up the replay for this. Yeah, so Jeremy Ran got hit by Jetter, who was diving, and then there was a whole cascade of follow-on effects with Leung taking the brunt of it, going off track. He's mostly okay at this point, I think. He probably has damage, but he's at least going in the right direction right now. Beckstead and Whitlam still fighting here for P5. Beckstead got around Whitlam, but Whitlam has the inside line, so it all depends on the braking zone into here.
What happened to Builes there? I didn't catch that, but he went way wide. I don't know. And then we have maybe a not self-delete really, but
yeah, I believe
couple small issues there. Oh, as we have one more point of contact here.
Oh my!
It looks like who is this? Don. Don got a bit of a pit action going into the last corner.
Yeah, I'll quickly play the replay on what happened here. So yeah, someone spun round and then a whole bunch of cascade effects. As there's another yellow flag with 4 cars, Yang, Beckstead, Whitlam, and Jetter. I missed what happened. I'm going to quickly try and replay what happened here, but it's into turn 1. So there's 2 things that happened here. Yang went deep on one of the cars ahead of him. Thankfully managed to avoid major contact, and then Whitlam and somebody else had contact before that. I'm going to see if I can pull that up. So I believe Whitlam may have gone deep on Beckstead. Yes. So that is unfortunately classic penetration moment there, as Q would say. So yes. Probably a lot of rear end damage there, but for the most part, everyone's still going ahead. There's no people that are like a lap behind already. The drivers who have been damaged will definitely be feeling it at some point. As I believe Gray had a moment coming through turn 9. I'm not quite sure. There was almost a rear end there between you and Yang. Yang now trying to get back on track in a way that doesn't affect other people. Little sketch, but he hangs on to it there, so good for him. But yeah, there's a lot of side-by-side action. Out front, Dirksen and Reese are also really close together, but they're not causing chaos, so we're not going to watch them quite yet. As there's another rear end there. Robert's getting rear-ended very slightly by, I believe that's Laurier. Yes. As Laurier goes a little bit wide. Meanwhile, Reese was right behind Dirksen here for the lead. There's going to be a drag race down into turn 4. I don't think Reese is going to be close enough to try anything. So we'll hold off there for the moment. Scarborough and Builez were side by side, but nothing came of it. Lowe overtaking Hall there at the back. And now Scarborough and Dawn side by side. I believe Dawn is getting the better of Scarborough, and he is. So just got a little bit better traction there on the exit of turn 3. As there's a little bit of a hip check there for Boys and Builez. And then another little hip check there. Boys may be having damage issues. I'm not quite sure, but he's definitely having contact issues with other drivers trying to play pinball off of him. Let's see, and then Jeremy Rand looking down the inside of Van Winkle, but not doing anything. Paul, is there anyone else that you're seeing that might be in the middle of some action?
Well, yeah, you called out a lot of the heavy hitters. There's still a big train, looks like behind Beckstead, if I'm not mistaken. So there's the, I mean, I'm seeing 5 or 6 people at least there. So lots to keep an eye out for. Nothing that is. Oh, it's you. Actually, I think it's.
That is a massive train there. Then, you can see in the pip.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's a, we'll have to see what happens here going down the straight. There's a big gap forming in front, so we'll see if people can kind of slipstream around or if he's able to hold on.
Yeah, I think Yang is going to maybe get a chance here on Savard going down into turn 1. Savard not getting the best exit out of turn 16. Nothing happens though, so Yang not close enough to really try anything. However, Beckstead is right behind you. I don't think he'll get close enough to try anything into turn 4, but he might. He dives to the inside. Very
that was close. He's holding.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say that was good. Good brake control there and keeping on. Oh, as he's looking on the inside, makes his move. Yu goes a little wide.
Yeah, Yu's gonna lose.
There's
oh no!
A couple people. No.
So Jetter and Gray. Trying to go side by side through turn 4.
Oh, and then Gray. Oh no, Gray just added a lot of extra damage. I'm gonna watch what happened here. So Jetter comes in, breaks late. Gray, it's looking okay. Okay. Yeah, the contact just took them both into the wall there.
Yeah, I almost think
I won't judge anything right now, but
yeah, I'd almost look like there was an oversteer moment more than something else. Yeah. There's another yellow flag that I just popped into with Whitwam. I'm not sure if he had help spinning. He definitely was having issues coming through turn 9, though. Now I'll quickly watch here what happens.
Replay that as well. Yeah, me too.
Yeah, so it looks like he had help in that turning around, unfortunately. So a lot of damage with some of these cars. I'm a little bit further behind. Hopkins just got past Boys. I missed how that happened, but he did. Jitter also RTG'd from all that damage that he got with that contact that we saw. So it's possible that he had a lot of damage, unfortunately.
Yeah, they went into that wall pretty hard and straight on, so.
Yeah, not surprising.
Impressed. Reese holding on within that second gap to Dirksen. keeping the 1-2 spot pretty close. I'm imagining he's just trying to stay close, bide his time, wait for a mistake, but we'll see if that ever happens.
Yeah,
But
Reese.
they're racing.
Yeah, Reese has been getting really close, or to Dirksen, and then just has a moment and falls a little bit back as Whitman goes way deep into turn 4. Not able to complete the overtake on Lawyer. Lawyer doing a very nice job of avoidance there. Whitman should probably send them some well wishes for thanking for not causing a massive wreck there between them, those two drivers. But Lawyers will hold on to the position with Stefan Pellerin trying to get a good enough exit as Whitman gets very close to the back end there of Laurier. Not close enough to try anything into the braking zone, I don't think. But meanwhile, just behind Leung tried to do something on Stefan Pellerin. They stay clean for now. Scarborough just got past Builes. I'll quickly show that in replay. As Laurier is under a yellow flag, so Builes just went deep. I'm not sure what's wrong with Laurier. I will look at them right as soon as we're done with this replay. Oh, so they spun coming through turn, I believe that's 13, right in front of Whitwam. So Whitwam gets damaged, unfortunately. And then Laurier falls very far back. Meanwhile, Yang trying to make a move on Savard, but was unable to hold the position down. How's that battle going up front?
They're keeping it close, man. He wants it. He's not just willing to let this one go. So, but also we haven't seen any aggressive. He hasn't gotten side by side yet, but he's holding within that half a second. So I'm just gonna keep an eye on this for now, as you bounce around, because this is pretty exciting up here.
Yeah. Builes has gotten past Laurier in the back, but I know that Laurier has a lot of damage. I'll see if I can get a good view of some of that. Yeah, there is scrape marks absolutely everywhere. I don't even want to know how many seconds of damage that is. But it's most definitely a lot. Probably affecting the damage. Yeah, you can see them very, very squirrely. So they will probably want to try and hold out pitting at least until 45 minutes, but they should probably do it soon. Meanwhile, we've got another 4-car train going between Yu, Savard, Yang, and Roberts. Yang was looking to try and make something happen on Savard, and he's gonna get a chance here. It all depends on this exit here. Yang getting a better exit than Savard. He's really close. Possibly going for an overtake, and then in the pit there, you saw Reese maybe trying to make a move on Dirksen, but not being able to.
A bit of a late break, but yeah, it was it's just them keeping, letting him know he's there, basically, is the way I looked at it.
Makes sense.
Like, hey, you make one mistake, oh, he's eyeing up the inside. He got the move done, ladies and gentlemen.
Very nice job. I'm going to quickly replay that here just so we can actually see that.
I want to understand if Dirksen let him pass, or what happened there.
That's what it looks like happened. So it's possible that Dirksen may have done something earlier in the lap to Reese. I'm not quite sure, but either way, swap of the position for P1. I know that Reese is invalidated on this lap, so it's possible that he may have gotten pushed wide somewhere. But you've been watching that battle closer than I have.
Nothing that I saw. Yeah, no, nothing that I saw there. I was a little surprised by that, but I could also see Dirksen just not wanting to push it too hard. Maybe it's a strategy, conserve the tires and just catch the draft a bit. Not sure. We'll have to keep an eye on that. As we do have a yellow flag, it looks like Gray is off currently with his blinker. So it looks like he's just gently pulled over, I think. Nothing to watch there.
There's also a
Perhaps
yellow
retiring from the race.
There's also a yellow flag for
Hall. He had an RTG'd. And
yeah, I don't know.
Bulis has one now as well. Or had one, maybe.
Yeah, so Hall, unfortunately, just losing it there on the entry of turn 7, oversteering into that wall. Doesn't look like too much damage from a cursory glance, but could be wrong. You know, on the main straight, Yang going side by side with you. Almost a little bit of hit check. They're side by side going into turn 1. Yang has the inside line, so as long as he's able to hold it on the brakes, he should be okay. And is that Gray or Builes that you're following there in the pip?
Builes. Yeah, Gray was still there and is still there. Builes went off. I think he hit one of the curbs there and just went a little wide. Nothing too dramatic though. Plenty of time to get back going again. Just lost 2 spots.
Meanwhile, I missed it, but here's the replay of Scarborough and Waitkiss having a little bit of battle. And as soon as I pull it off,
more yellow.
Yang and Wu have a yellow flag moment. I will quickly replay that, but they are both off in turn, I believe that's turn 5. Oh, so you just absolutely sending it on the brakes into the back end of Yang. Really unfortunate there. And then, so you lost about 5 positions, I think. You lost about 3. I could be wrong on that total count, but either way, really unfortunate. Meanwhile, up front, Dirksen and Reese are neck and neck. Well, almost neck and neck. As Marath has a yellow flag. I'm not going to cover it because I want to see what happens here. Okay, so nothing happens there. I'll quickly pull up what happened to Marath here. I believe it's on the exit of this turn. So just absolute oversteer moment through the final corner. I almost think he had an oversteer moment somewhere else, possibly through the chicane, and had really superheated rear tires.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh, not again!
Oh, it's bad. Yeah, you and Yang.
Oh.
Darn.
So you into the pits.
That's unfortunate.
I'm gonna try and replay what happened here between the drivers and hope that I don't miss it.
I have it pulled up too. So you was wide, trying to rejoin the track, and just couldn't get back on the racing line.
Yes.
Maybe that'll have to be reviewed afterwards. But
yeah. So was that? You said that was Yang that he hit, or that was involved?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's possible.
I was watching that the whole time, waiting to see if maybe he was gonna let Yang go by after that initial earlier hit, just for the sportsmanship there, and I think the opposite kind of happened. But I don't know. I'm not saying it was not intentional. It was just unfortunate set of circumstances that it was the same person. But that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes.
Yeah, it's possible. Oh no, Yang! Speaking of Yang, Yang bumps into Hopkins, sending it way deep on the brakes. Oh no. There's been so many issues here today with oversending it. Use your brakes,
I'm
please.
watching that. Oh, darn.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah.
Especially when you're inexperienced, sometimes you...
as there's more contact again with Beulah. What is going on? Is that Beulah's and Yang again?
I think
Wait,
it looks like
I'm rewatching this now. So that was after he rejoined.
Oh.
Yang. Okay, Yang loses the rear. Gentle contact, just very unfortunate. Beulah's was
right behind him.
Right behind him. Had nowhere else to go besides spinning out. Oh,
yeah,
darn.
that sucks. And especially when you're right behind the car and there's nowhere to go. The only thing you can do is hold the brakes and pray that you stop before you hit him, or at least don't get much damage. But unfortunately, he did probably get some damage there. Meanwhile, out front, Reese and
Just
Dirksen.
what I was going back to.
Yeah, they're really close to each
they're
other.
going at it, man. I'm loving this. This is not just like I'm gonna sit back and wait, for you to make a mistake. This is, come on, man, let's go. Like I'm here. Respect my authority. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, Reese not getting the best exit there from turn 10. Dirksen taking a slightly wider line that allowed him to get on power a little bit earlier there through turn 12. Yes. But it all comes down to the exit of turn 15. If you get a good exit for turn 15, you are set up for an amazing run down this back straight, especially if you're in the slipstream. He's a little bit far back to get that massive effect.
But Reese did go a little wide there, but so did Dirksen. So
yeah,
I don't think we'll see any action here.
The gap
I think
came
they're just gonna
down.
ride this.
Yeah, it came down 3
Yeah,
tenths.
0.2 seconds. Ooh, man.
Yeah, so that's probably about how far back you need to be to get an overtake done. There is a yellow flag moment here for Low, who is completely sideways through turn 9. So this is that turn you were talking about that's causing issues.
Yeah.
Looks like just a little bit of an oversteer moment.
I'll stay here up front. Was it just himself?
Yeah, just himself, unfortunately. Possibly a little too much brakes going into the corner. Hopefully not too much damage, but not sure. Meanwhile, Roberts had an off moment. Got overtaken by Leung, but nothing big there. And then Whitmum trying to do a dive down the inside of Savard, but deciding to not do anything. Has an oversteer moment himself, and so is now side by side with Stefan Pellerin. No! And he absolutely clobbers Stefan Pellerin, and he doesn't hold the brakes. Jeez. Oh no! That he causes more contact with Roberts. Oh.
Not what you want to see.
I really don't want to speculate too hard, but I don't think the stewards are gonna like Whitwam today, unfortunately. Yeah, so Roberts taken out by an unsafe rejoin there, unfortunately. He lost about 5 spots from that.
Yep, not much else to say besides that is unfortunate all around. Man, sometimes my game does this thing where I'll switch. Should I call it the simulator? Does this thing where I'll switch players, and then I get this crazy lag effect until I go, it looks like, into the first person. Does yours do that ever? I don't understand.
I know that I've had lag issues sometimes when I am switching between players, but it's normally like a split second of lag.
Okay, yeah, mine will hang around until I...
Please,
What'd you see?
Warrior. Okay, I'm going to replay this.
Oh, we got some more. Oh, Low just went off. I'm going to check out what happened to Low there.
Okay.
That was that I told you, man. Turn 9 or whatever that was.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to watch what happened to Low here.
Yeah, so Laurier
Yang is
really...
behind him.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh.
So there's a whole bunch of chaos here that happens. Laurier does an unsafe rejoin, causes... I believe that's what causes Low to have the moment there.
As Boise's backwards on the track. And just... didn't hit contact, but somebody was avoiding him and split. And then Jetter is off right now as well. What is going on? I'm gonna watch the Boise. Low just went off. There is chaos right now. Chaos is reigning.
Okay, so
stay with us, everybody.
Yeah, so Jetter was one of the cars that was going by Boise while they were backwards. I'm gonna see if I can get an onboard view of this, just because I think it'll really emphasize what he was going through. So we're passenger view here going around. You can't really see what's going on through the corner, but then all of a sudden he's going to get on power, and all of a sudden there's going to be a car right there ahead of you. And then unfortunately it ended before the off moment, but that's why he went off, is because all of a sudden there was a car on the racing line that he was maybe not expecting. But yeah, Jetter's still off there on the side. Maybe trying to consider whether or not he wants to just DNF, but I'm not entirely sure, because that's a lot of damage. As Yang goes off in turn 4, almost managed to keep it out of the wall, but got a little bit of a crack into the of that front splitter when he went in. We do have a few drivers in the pits. Jetter into the pits actually, so he's not done. He will stay for the points. Low into the pits for a normal stop plus repairs, as is Laurier, Whitwam, and Hall. I believe Whitwam is just now coming out of the pits, yes.
As Dirksen still under a second behind Reese, these guys. Oh, has a bit of a loose rear end moment there, but doesn't seem like it fazed them too much. They're pushing these Ferraris pretty hard. What are they at now? 23 minutes in to the stint, and I could already tell some of their tires were feeling it. So this track is pretty brutal. It's pretty hot out, but Dirksen's right back on the tail there of Reese. I love it. We're gonna go right on board. Also, at some point, if you don't mind, I'd love this is kind of narcissistic, but if
dear.
you wanted to make the PIP window just a tiny bit bigger, it would make me very happy. So there you go. At some point.
Yeah. I don't know if I'll be able to. I might be able to do it for this.
It's not a big deal if it doesn't happen tonight, but.
So
All right, here
I
we
can
go.
definitely make it bigger for next week. But yeah.
Yeah.
So, looking at the.
Whoa, what just happened? Are you?
I'm not frozen.
I think I just had internet issues.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Hopefully.
More technical glitches.
All right.
ACP race control is offline. Lost connection to the server. Weird.
Well.
Can you still see my pip? No, you can't. Okay.
It's frozen.
But you can hear me talking. What?
Yeah.
Wait, what is going on right now?
I don't know. That's weird.
I am disconnected from ACC, like the server, the Kuno servers.
Well, while you're trying to figure that out, yeah, I'll let you figure that out.
What's happening?
I don't know. But BK Indian pointed out in the chat that Beckstead also has a new livery for this week. I was showing it there for a little bit. I'll go ahead and show it again here. I really hope that this is the new livery. It definitely looks cool. I just don't know if it is the correct new livery. As there was...
Is it a music? Like a...
As Beckstead has an issue.
Is it...
I don't know.
Like a DJ, like a sound bars or something? Like a EQ or what is it?
I'm not sure.
Tell.
But it definitely looks interesting, so hopefully it's the correct livery. It looks really cool either way, but... looking back out front, Dirksen is still right behind Reese. He doesn't get a good exit from turn 15, so he will not be able to do anything. Meanwhile, Jetter is sideways again. I'm not sure what happened. I think he's just trying to get out of the way for blue flaggers. That's what I'm expecting.
Yep.
Now, how he did it may be a little interesting, but he's definitely out of the way, so I will not fault him for it. Meanwhile, Dirksen is now 3/10 behind Reese, so I'm not sure if Reese had an issue or what.
All right, I am back up. I just need to get... Yeah, my Ninja Link looks fine, but I'm paused in your stream, so I'm going to just try and hang up the call and then try it again. We'll see.
All right.
Screen.
We'll see if we can get the pip working again. Let's see. So there's another yellow flag for Yang, unfortunately. I don't know if he had help in this. But it happened a decent bit ago. So unfortunate for him there. There's another yellow flag for Whitwam, which I will replay in just a moment once we get there. And I believe this is unfortunately just a... Oh, that's a massive self-delete there, unfortunately, for him coming through the exit of turn 2. So he may have to pit again to try and repair that damage. I'm not sure if he's pitted yet. He has, so that's a lot of damage to be carrying, but he may try and carry it throughout the rest of the lap. There's another yellow flag for Yang, but I'm going to save his dignity any more issues. Meanwhile, Dirksen comes into the pits.
And slowed down nicely.
Very nice. Yeah, so Dirksen into the pits. We will have to see where he comes out versus Reese whenever Reese pits. Have you gotten the pip working again?
Yeah, I just restarted OBS because video is not loving it yet. I'll let you know.
All right. We will hope that it gets working eventually. And meanwhile, Dawn has a yellow flag moment on the exit of turn 8, I believe that is. Not major damage from what I can see, although I could be wrong. He definitely has hot rear tires, though, as he squirrels through that corner exit of turn 9. I think he will... So, yeah, he went deep there. So, possible damage there on the rear end as his teammate also goes deep there, right behind him. There was a yellow flag for you. I'm not sure what it actually was. It might have just been a fake yellow flag. Yeah, so just a fake yellow flag there. Meanwhile, Dawn is now coming into the pits to take care of that damage he was dealing with. Guarin is currently I believe our closest battle on track. No, Savard is also close. But Savard is on old tires, Dirksen is on new tires, so I really don't expect there to be much of a fight there, especially since Dirksen had been fighting for the lead. There's also more yellow flags here in the back for Boys and Hall. I'll quickly replay this and see what happened. I'm not sure if this was a multiplayer incident or not. I don't know. Boys just went very deep there for no reason. That was weird.
I must be having some sort of underlying larger computer issue because I've restarted ACC, I've restarted Firefox, which is what I was using for the Video Ninja. Not sure what else to do. I'm going to restart ACC. I'm going to restart everything one more time.
All right.
We'll see if it comes back. I might even restart my computer. I don't know. We'll see.
It can't hurt to try.
Yeah,
I'm just happy my thing's still working.
Initially, yeah. Amen, brother.
Yeah, I know that we've had issues with race control in the past where it'll randomly die in the middle of a race for some reason, but I'm not sure what overall is happening for you specifically.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and drop. I'll be back in 2 minutes after a restart.
All right.
Hold down the fort.
I will do that. So, right now, Reese is coming out of the pits. It will really be a battle to see where he comes out in relation to Dirksen, but Dirksen's already ahead of him by a lot. So, Dirksen gets the lead by about 8 seconds on that pit stop. So, I'm going to quickly check these statistics just to see what the stop time difference was. So, Dirksen was stopped for a minute, or for 32 seconds. And then Reese was stopped for 37 seconds. So that's probably about the difference. That's about a 6-second difference. Plus probably some other issues. Speaking of issues, Van Winkle unfortunately has a stop-go 30. And that is for speeding in the pit lane. Unfortunately, I didn't see his pit entry, so I can't tell you how exactly it happened. I just know that it did happen. There was a brief yellow flag for number 75, Hall, but he looks to be going in, so I'm not going to be too worried about that. Meanwhile, Whitwam, trying to battle through the damage, has a lot of understeer through that corner, but is right behind Dawn. He's really having a lot of issues with that car, though. You can see him being so squirrely, but we're going to go on board to see if he can get something done down the pit straight. I don't know if you're able to hear those tires squealing, but he was understeering hard through that corner, and especially with how bad that front end looks, I don't think he'll have the top end speed to really try and catch him. Meanwhile, Stefan Pellerin into the pits as Hopkins continues on. Reese, if I can get to him, is side by side with Savard. I think he should be fine as long as he doesn't make any mistakes coming into the braking zone. And he doesn't, so that is Reese up into provisional P2, but he has a 10-second gap that he needs to try and get down if he wants to fight with Dirksen for the lead. Let's see. So Van Winkle is into the pits to serve his stop-go 30 penalty. Again, Whitwam really trying to get ahead of Dawn, but having issues in the top speed department. Aerodynamics overall department, probably, unfortunately. If he gets, like, right up against Dawn's rear wing coming onto that pit straight, he might be able to catch him, but I honestly don't know. Welcome back, Sean. Maybe. He is allegedly here, but I can't hear him yet, so we'll have to wait and see. And he's left again. Meanwhile, up at the front, Hopkins is fighting with Savard. I heard a mic click. Is he back?
Yeah.
There we go.
I'm back in the booth. It'll take me another minute to set up everything. We'll see if it works. Fingers crossed.
We can hope. Yeah, so while you were gone, or trying to deal with issues, Dirksen and Reese both had their pit stops completed, and Dirksen has a 10-second lead over Reese, which is mind-boggling considering how close they were going into the pit stops.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, there was a 6-second time stop difference between the two cars, so that could account for some of it, and then Reese was stuck behind Savard, fighting with Savard to try and get past him, so that could cause some of it, but I'm not sure. Meanwhile, Marath going side by side with Guarin down the pit straight. He has the inside line. As long as he is good on the brakes, he should be okay. And he holds the position, so very nice overtake there on the main straight. That Mustang top speed really coming in handy. And he's already pulled a 1.5-second gap away from Guarin. Meanwhile, our other big battle back here between Don Whitwam and Van Winkle. Van Winkle coming out after he served his stop-go 30 time-second penalty. Don going a little bit wide, so this could finally be Whitwam's chance to get past, and he does. So very nice job there. And Don and Van Winkle behind are fighting to... I changed the camera wrong. Yeah, so Don and Van Winkle behind were fighting. Whitwam is going into the pits to try and repair that damage as Van Winkle was trying to let, I believe that's Dirksen past him, yes. So that was a blue flag moment, which is why it looked so squirrely with them trying to figure out who was passing who where. Meanwhile, Bertram getting past Roberts as Roberts dives into the pits. And now our last driver to need to pit is Hopkins. Sitting there in a provisional P3, but it'll probably be closer to a P14, 15 once he exits the pits. But I could be wrong. Sean, how's it going?
I was just going to ask you, how are you guessing that? What's your method there?
So I know, or I can see in the view statistics in ACC Race Control about how long their pit stops are, from where the pit entry line to the pit exit line.
Oh, it counts from there to there.
Yeah,
okay.
And so that's about 1:10 at this track, assuming a good pit stop. Minute 10.
Good to know.
And then I add another 5-10 seconds onto there just for the extra time that you lose down the main pit straight trying to accelerate up, plus the entry. So that's how I'm guesstimating that.
Makes sense. Unfortunately for me, I think, and for you, I think, and our viewers, I don't think I'm going to be able to get the PIP working again. Don't know what's happening. It's just saying could not start video source. Video is not happy right now. So we're just going to tune in. I'm going to commentate over your shoulder, pretend like I'm not even here, and well, that doesn't make sense. But we will rock and roll.
Yeah, if I want to pretend like you're not here, I'll just mute your audio source and I'll be talking to a ghost.
Oh, there's a lot of action going on that straight there. Was that a yellow? Yeah, another blue flag, and then Van Winkle chasing down Don. Is that what I'm seeing?
Yeah, I'll up the stream quality so you can actually tell what's going on, and hopefully I won't have any.
That did a lot,
issues.
actually. That was actually very impressive what that did there.
Perfect. So we'll hope that it stays that way without ruining it for our other viewers. We seem to be stable on the drop frame rate for now. There was there is a drive-through penalty for Builes. I believe that is due to track cuts, but I can't be certain. We've not had that many penalties, which I've been a little shocked by. But there's also not
been holding strong.
Yeah. So very nice job by these drivers to make sure that they're not getting the track cut warnings. I know that at this track there's a lot of places where you can get warnings or like just invalidations without getting the actual track cut warnings, so that might be part of it, but not quite sure. Meanwhile, I missed it. I'm gonna have to replay this, but Van Winkle got past Dawn here into the braking zone of turn 10 with a very late move. I think Dawn may have gone a little deep. Either that or Van Winkle was going a little deep and just allowed him to get past him. Either way, no contact, so at least in my mind, no harm, no foul, but very nice job there overall. Out front, Reese has cut the gap down to about 7 seconds, but that's not really enough. At this rate, he would get to Dirksen basically right at the end of the race, so not really much of a chance to try and make an overtake. But we'll have to see.
Yeah, you never know how how much they're pushing now, the tire degradation, and then you mentioned earlier the penalties, and I would love to have a penalty to statistic window up. Oh, we just got another DT there, if I'm not mistaken, from Eula's, or did he already have one?
He already had one. He's serving it now.
He's in the pits now, yeah. So, but I could see a lot more of it popping off here shortly, as I do see another yellow flag there.
Yeah, that's for
momentary,
Jitter.
but we'll have to keep an eye out as the next 20 minutes unfold.
Yeah, so Jitter was the yellow flag moment. I'm going to not replay that, as he's had an unfortunate series of events today, so I'll let him live without as much public shaming.
That's right.
Yeah, so other than Hopkins, so I'm not sure when they'll pit, I'm going to go over the biggest movers. So again, Scarborough should drop around or Hopkins should drop from around P3 to maybe around P13 or so. So I'll have to try and keep that in mind. But either way, Hopkins has moved a lot. He's currently up 24 positions, but I think it'll probably end up around 10 to 14 positions gained. Either way, a very nice job. Scarborough, currently sitting in P11, is up 15 positions. Stefan Pellerin is up 11 positions. And those are the only really big movers. There have been some unfortunate big movers down the list, but I'm not going to cover those guys, because that's not their fault that they've had so many issues today. Or maybe in some cases it is, but I'm not going to call them out on that. That's just rude.
Yeah, it's more fun to celebrate the wins than it is to take pleasure in the losses. But you do occasionally get that. There's one of my favorite words of all time, if you ever have those, are Schadenfreude, right? I don't know if I'm butchering that, but
yeah, I believe it's
the German word taking. Say it. Yeah, give it to me proper.
I believe it's Schadenfreude.
Wow, you nailed it. Taking pleasure in other people's misery is kind of what I've always akined it to. My dear friend started a hot sauce company with that as the name. And I just love it. So yeah, so there is a time and a place for it, but usually in the commentator's booth, it's not my cup of tea either.
Yes. Speaking of maybe not quite misery, Zipperman Senior just went off right in front of Beckstead. He'd been fighting with Beckstead for a while. I thought he was going to get clear of him, but unfortunately went deep into turn 4, I think, and lost 2 positions. Still right behind Marath, so not bad, but a little bit of a moment there for him. But this is going much better than the first race we had for him, so yeah.
Yep, gotta celebrate the little wins for sure.
Yeah, so Whitlam here going side by side with Boys into turn 7. I don't see much side by side action going into that corner. I'm wondering if Boys is having issues, because he had that moment earlier in the race where he went straight on through turn 2 for almost no reason. So I'm thinking he may be having mechanical issues here today. So an unfortunate situation for Boys. At least he has a good livery, though.
That's right. Yeah, gotta always look at the bright side.
Yeah, the other close battle on track right now is between Van Winkle and Waitkus. They're pretty close to each other, but there is also, I believe that's Paulo Reis right behind them. So they will have to try and figure out how to navigate that blue flag situation, because Van Winkle can let Reis pass fairly easily. But whoever's in front in the battle, once they start letting people by, really has to try and choose how they're going to let them by tactfully, because if they let them by in a weird spot, then it could allow the driver behind them to get around them too. Although I don't believe that's the case there, as Reis goes way deep.
Oh, jeez.
I'm going to replay that here in the
Should
helicam.
watch that again, yeah. I want to see how this went down.
Yeah, I don't know if Reis... Go ahead.
I just was going to say, hit a little bit of curving, threw him off a little bit. Probably lost, what, 3 to 5 seconds there? Maybe now, probably 3 seconds.
Yeah, he went from... I'll see what his lap is right now that he goes onto. Meanwhile, yellow flag for Jeremy Ran coming through turn 8. I believe that's just an oversteer moment. Yeah, so Reis, I believe, lost about 4-ish seconds to Dirksen.
There's another yellow up ahead.
For the 422, and that is low.
Yep.
And I didn't go back far enough. Ooh.
Yeah.
That was a really close on the rejoin. Unfortunately, it's really hard to rejoin there, because when you back up, you're backing up onto the racing line, but he's doing a very nice job to make sure he's not getting in the way of other people. As there's a yellow flag for Leung, but I think that was just race control things.
Yep. And yeah, getting back onto the racing line is such a challenge, man. And it's not something you get to practice, right? Like, I wish there was... I actually wish the game could put you into certain situations where you have to use your HUD, your telemetry, your, like, maybe you got, you know, if you have a button map to look right and left, and look at your relative timings, because it can be very difficult to get back on it. And until it happens to you in a race, how do you prepare for something like that? So
yeah,
definitely mad props to when people are able to rejoin safely, hold the line.
Yeah, I think about the best way you could practice, so-called practice it, is maybe just by going into public lobbies.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah. Wow, that was close there. Is that Reis up in front?
Yeah, so that's Reis finally getting through the blue flag traffic.
Same spot, the next lap. Yeah, and then they went side by side in that same corner, which you were mentioning at the start here, where you know the track basically narrows to nothing, so you have to give way. And from that camera angle, anyway, it looked pretty close to some more contact, but
it was definitely close.
They made it out.
Yeah, Van Winkle possibly using up one of his speed tokens to try and get an advantage. He went wide on the the exit of turn 15. Is not looking to make any moves there. Yeah, you got to use him at some point. So it's now just down to, can he keep right behind Waitkiss here for turn 4? I don't think he's going to be able to do so. I think he's going to have to hold off again until turn 10. He's been kind of close the last couple times through turn 10, but not close enough to make any moves, especially since he's been dealing with trying to let blue flags through in Paulo Reis. Oh no! Very close there.
Yeah.
Very nice job there to avoid the contact. You saw him dancing there on the curbs. Yeah, so now he's a little bit farther behind, 8/10 back through turn 9, but Waitkiss going a little bit deep there into the corner, so now he's only 3/10 back. Let's see if I can find the right camera here. 2/10 back, 1/10 back. Not trying anything there into that corner, but Waitkiss goes a little bit deep. Van Winkle hits the brakes a little too hard, so possibly trying to not overtake him through there. Could also just be he made a mistake, I'm not sure. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
Right up.
Yeah.
Right on that tail light.
Yeah, he's gonna
see how they manage these two corners here.
Yeah. I think if he was a little bit farther back, he would have gotten a much better exit here into this straight.
Yeah. Yep. I find that too. You have to actually back off a little bit to try and get that past, and otherwise you're not gaining enough speed around that corner to capitalize.
Yeah, we can see that here. He's technically
That's hard to do.
Yeah, he's. Oh, please no.
Oh no!
Oh,
See it?
thank
See
God.
it? Okay.
I think Van Winkle's not expecting how much extra speed he's getting while in slipstream and just keeps hitting the brakes maybe a little bit late. Waitkus doing an amazing job to avoid the contact there. Van Winkle also doing a pretty good job to go all the way onto that inside curbing and not losing it while on said curbing.
Yep. And not gaining an advantage, but staying in the battle.
Yeah. So really quickly, I'm going to go through our fastest laps for the session. There are 4 drivers who set a 145, a lap time of 145, and I'll go through them in order of fastest to slow, or slowest to fastest. So Bertram set a lap time of 145.8. He's currently up in P4. Morath, currently in P6, had set a lap time of a 145.86, so less than a tenth below that, as there's a yellow flag for Zipperburn Senior. Doesn't seem like it was too big of an issue though, so he's going straight. And then Dirksen, our current P1 sitter, as Van Winkle goes side by side with Waitkus. Very dangerous to try and go side by side through that corner. Oh no!
Oh no! Damn it!
Oh,
you don't love to see that. Unfortunate.
Oh.
They were
doing so
We'll see.
good.
We'll see. Yeah. That was some close battling.
Yeah.
We'll see if he's able to catch up.
Yeah, so unfortunately that will definitely be a penalty there for Van Winkle. Yeah, as I was trying to say before, I was rudely interrupted by the point of why we're watching this race. Dirksen has a fastest time of a 145.51, and then Reese has a fastest time of a 145.47. So very nice job there. And
Yeah.
speaking of drivers, Hopkins is finally into the pits.
Man, a 50-minute stint. That is legit in the Mustang.
I don't know how consistent his lap times were, but to be able to keep it that fat or keep it on track for that long is really skillful. I don't know where he'll come out. I think it'll still be around P13, P14, but we will have to wait and see. Meanwhile, there's 2 or so battles on track right now. Morath is getting close to the back end of Beckstead, but not that close. Then Stefan Pellerin is right on the tail end of Savard, who I'm just realizing I don't have a correct livery for, so I apologize for that. And then that's Laurier right ahead of them, and Laurier is a lap behind Pellerin and Savard. So we will have to see how this all works out, and how they let them pass blue flags wise. But Stefan Pellerin gets an amazing launch here down.
Amazing launch. Oh, but then he has to back out. Jeez.
Oh, I think he still has enough possibly for a run down into turn 1, but it's really going to depend on how much he trusts his brakes. He trusts them a lot apparently, because he gets past Savard. Savard looking very close on the back end of that rear end, but does not make any contact, and Stefan Pellerin gets an amazing pass done on the inside of Savard. I'm gonna, just for fun, I'm gonna quickly oh, I didn't go back far enough. Oh well.
That'll happen. Yeah, that was pretty impressive in general. Like I like to have the gall, like the the go-to, the know-how to get that done after having that almost in contact there with the blue flag, who I think Pellerin had. Was that Pellerin, right?
Yeah.
Or Savard, I can't remember. I think there was actually a little bit of contact there going on the straight, so a bit of a intense moment. So,
yeah.
Well done everybody, keeping it on the track, going in the right direction.
Yeah.
And getting the move done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it almost looked like Savard moved to the far inside of the track to make a lane down the middle for Stefan Pellerin to take, and then Savard all of a sudden moved over to cut him off. I don't want to say that's what happened because I don't know if that was intentional, and so either way,
there's a lot going on. Yeah, with that blue flag, it's hard to speculate. Now we'll see.
Yeah. Either way, got the pass done. Very nice job on the brakes. I know that the brakes of the McLaren aren't the best. They are second to worst, only to the Lexus. But
are they that bad?
Yeah,
I actually didn't know that. I drove it all last season. I didn't realize they were that bad.
Yeah,
the Lexus is a bit of an issue.
Yeah, I personally didn't have an issue with them. and I was able to make passes on the brakes. As we see Marath try and get a move done on Beckstead head, but not able to. Yeah, like I was saying, you are able to get passes on the brakes. You just have to be very careful in how you do it.
Yeah.
Because
that's legit. And the trail braking on the Lexus is almost second to none. You get an incredible amount of turn in when you want it. If you just are coming off that brake in a nice, consistent
I can
manner.
imagine.
So, yeah, it's an interesting one.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Marath is got a slightly better exit as well, I'll call it, down this straight, and he will have the power over the Ferrari as long as he can get side by side into the braking zone, as I believe he is right there. Maybe they are side by side through turn 1. Very nice job to avoid contact there. Marath looked like he was maybe drifting a little bit wide into Beckstead, but amazing job to not do anything. And now Marath has to wait another at least half lap to turn 10 before he's able to try anything else. I'm a little bit farther back. Jeremy Ran, Alan Leung, I believe it's Alan. Yes, Alan Leung and Danny Scarborough are fighting for that P8 position. They're all about 4/10 away from each other.
Coming down the wire. Love it.
Yeah, we got 5.5 minutes to go. That should, I think, be about 3 laps. Yeah, our leader's just now getting onto the pit straight, so these drivers have the lap that they're on plus 3 laps, and then we should be at the end of the race, or at least very close to it. Let's see, there's a yellow flag for Hall here on the inside of turn 4. Looks like he's gotten going again though, so.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Leung looking up the inside of Jeremy Ran.
Ooh.
I think Ran went a little bit deep, expecting Leung to try something into that corner. But we are back to a 3-way battle. Leung going way deep in the brakes. I don't know if they'll be able to hold on to the position. No, they got that done. That's incredible.
Got it done. Yep.
Really nice job from Jeremy Ran to avoid the contact there coming into the braking zone, because Jeremy Ran was right in the middle and allowed Leung to go past them. I think that move may have prevented Jeremy Ran from getting on the power as soon as he wanted to, but he is now right behind Leung. And if there's one thing that Porsche is not known for being good at, it's top speed. So it's all just a matter of can Jeremy Ran get close enough to try something here into turn 1.
Yeah, I can't tell if he hit the dirt there or not, but I didn't quite have it top speed locked down, so I think he's gonna just ride this lap out for now, look for an opportunity. But like you said, well done keeping it no contact, right? Because a lot of times it's a lot more important just to keep the cars going in the right direction than it is fighting for a spot. I mean, really, what's one position oftentimes isn't worth the battle, right? Like just keep racing, keep going down. You got more laps to do. Things keep happening.
Yeah, we're not at the end of the season where one position could be the difference between winning or losing a championship. Now, of course, that also happens at the beginning of the season. One position, one way or the other, could do something, but normally it's not really noticeable till the end. Meanwhile, Savard and I think that was Van Winkle both had yellow flags at the same time. I don't know if they're related though, because Savard is out here on his own. Okay, so Savard just had an unfortunate oversteer moment. Yeah, so that's that. Speaking of unfortunate moments, or fortunate moments in this case, Hopkins did stay not quite in the top 10. He's 11th right now, but he did get to keep most of the positions that he gained from that pit stop, so he's gained 16 positions. So very nice job there.
Man, it's got to feel so good to be going from 50-minute tires to 10-minute to 0-minute tires. Yeah, that's 8 now, but that's got to just feel so good just to know you have those in your corner.
Yeah.
Ready to bust out. Like, is this for a place right here or no?
No, that's I believe a blue flagger.
Okay, so he's a whole lap behind it. Let's see, who's he got to get behind? 6-6. Yeah, he's got a little way Way to go to catch up to the next spot, I guess. But still, he can put some lap times down now. So
yeah, he
it'd
definitely
feel good knowing he's got that done.
Yeah, he definitely has a shot for fastest lap. Not the lap he just finished, but the one before that, he set a lap time of a 1:45.8, which is only about 4/10 behind the fastest overall lap. Now that was an invalid lap, so I don't know where he may have gained or lost that time, but he definitely has the tires and lack of fuel at this point to challenge for that overall fastest lap. Speaking of fast drivers, though,
Is that, I can't remember, is that 1 extra point?
Yes. Yeah, so pole is one
Just
extra
like in
point.
F1? Okay.
Yeah, well, actually, you don't get an extra point in F1 anymore. They changed that rule.
Oh, that shows how well I've been paying attention.
Yeah, they changed it because Red Bull was using their sister team, Red Bull Racing, to steal points away from competitors in one of the seasons.
Yeah, okay. Got it.
Yeah, so meanwhile, Marath possibly looking to try something into the braking zone again. Not close enough. I think he might have one. He either has one more lap or only one more opportunity in turn 10, and I'm not quite sure. It really depends on where Dirksen comes across the line. Right now, also, Guarin and Leung are fighting each other. Leung had gotten past Guarin, I think. Yes, but now Guarin coming back at him into the braking zone, and Guarin will have much better brakes and is able to take that position. So as long as Leung isn't able to get side by side into turn 3, which I don't think they'll be able to. No, but Leung will get a much better exit. So
Really close, gets the move done. Looking on the inside, I like it, but yep.
Not able to do anything though. Meanwhile, Marath is coming onto the main, or the front straight here, or the mid straight is what I call it, or back straight. Not close enough to attempt anything, but he will get an extra lap. So Dirksen has crossed the line. He's going through turn 1 as we hit zeros on the board, so our drivers will get an extra lap. So Marath has one more. Oh no!
Oh no!
Hopkins. I'm going to quickly replay this. I'm not sure what happened, but Hopkins and I believe that's a blue flagger. I'm not sure who that it would be having a moment there. Oh! So that's... I don't know who that is. That might be Hall or Lowe or somebody. I'm not sure, but Hopkins unfortunately getting tagged by someone while he was trying to pass the blue flagger. There's also a brief yellow flag for Scarborough, but I don't think there's any issues there. Meanwhile, down the front straight, Marath not able to get it done into turn 1. There's like 4 battles I'm trying to pay attention to right now.
Squirrel!
Exactly. Yeah, so Hopkins did get passed by Stefan Pellerin due to the contact that he had with that blue flagger. He will... As long as they don't get lapped, because the leader is right behind them, Hopkins will have one more chance to try and get that overtake done. Let's see, where is Marath? Marath is coming into turn 5. That's turn 5. Okay. So, I will come to them in a moment, but I'm going to see if Hopkins is able to get a good exit here out of turn 15. It looks like he did. He's gained 2/10 already on Hopkins through the exit, but I don't know if he's going to get much more than that. Meanwhile, Marath is side by side through turn 9. He's right behind him, but he's not close enough to do anything. He may send a last chance dive here, there. Not able to do it, so it really all depends on whether or not he's Beckstead is able to make a mistake. Meanwhile, I missed it, but Dirksen takes P1, Reese takes P2, Bertram is going to come across in P3 in just a moment, but I'm going to watch this battle at the end between Beckstead and Marath. Marath maybe is trying to send something up the chicane, no. And I don't think there's going to be really any other chance for Marath to overtake, so that is that. Bertram will take P3 for the final podium spot. Beckstead and Marath will come across P4 and 5. Zipperburn Sr. is going to come across in P6. So a little off-track moments there at the end, but a very nice job for the finish.
Great race there for Zip Sr.
Yeah. Leung is going to come across in P7. Guarin in P8. Scarborough is right behind him in P9, trying to make an overtake, but I don't think he's close enough. Although he did get a very nice exit through the last corner. Gained about 5/10, but was 9/10 back, so unfortunately not able to do anything. Jeremy Rain will finish P10, I think. I don't know. They're all getting a little confused as people are leaving the server now.
Yeah.
So we will get a final order here in just a moment, but a lot of amazing racing here today. Sean, I know you need to leave fairly quickly once we finish this race, but what do you think about this race and how it went today?
Well, I think I shot myself in the foot by kind of saying at the beginning. Remember, the screen was didn't have the logo in the back at the intro, and I was like, "Well, hey, if that's the only issue we have tonight, it'll be a good one." And then I work in IT. My computer is like optimized pretty well. I don't know what happened, and I don't know how to fix it, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. But the race itself was it had its ups and downs, lots of good clean racing, couple incidents there from people, but yes, like as you mentioned, I'm gonna hop off because I have little ones that will be kicking, crying, screaming, fighting, eating, and all the things early in the morning, so I'm gonna drop out now. Thanks for understanding, Trey. It was a pleasure to be here tonight. Congrats to the race winners, and I will see you all next week.
All right. Thank you for joining me. See you later. Stick around. We will be doing interviews in just a moment. It is just Sean Paul leaving. But again, Sean Paul, thank you for joining me in the booth. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, man. Catch you later.
All right. So I will wait for some of these drivers to get into the booth. I'm going to quickly ping some of them. Let's see. All right. So I know that at least one person is in the stream chat or the voice chat, so I will pull them up shortly. But meanwhile, if you have any questions in the chat that you would like to ask one of the winners of this, or one of the top 3 drivers for this race, please put it in the comments, and I will try and get them in for an interview. Or I will try to ask that in the interview. All right. So, anyway, so I see our P3 driver in the chat, so I will quickly pull him up. Brad Bertram, welcome to the booth.
Oh, hello there.
So, you finished P3 in the race. Congratulations. How did it go for you today?
It went great. I didn't crash in the first, sector of the race like last week, so that's definitely an improvement. So just nice to finish close to where I qualified today.
All right. Yeah, not crashing is always a really nice bonus. So I know that it was maybe a little bit out of possibility to catch P1 and P2, but did you think you might have a chance at some point in the race, or were you just fighting to make sure that you didn't lose your position to someone behind you?
Oh yeah, honestly, after probably the first 5 laps, I knew that I didn't have the pace of Paolo, or I can't remember who else was in front of me, but I mean, they probably had a lap on me, so there was no way I was catching them, so I just wanted to do my race and keep P3 if I could.
Makes sense. Let's see. So you said that you managed to not crash at all, which is always good, but were there any moments that you maybe thought were close to crashing, or maybe any power slides that you performed, or was it all just smooth sailing?
Yeah, at the very end, I had like the last probably 4 laps, I had no tires left in the Mustang, and so I was just like really just trying to keep my the seconds ahead of P4 just to make sure that I could keep it and just kind of have a leisurely stroll there, let them catch up a little bit, but keep my place.
Makes sense. All right, so I don't have any questions or any more. Oh, I have one more question for you. Sean Paul, who was joining me in the booth, unfortunately had to leave early, but he said to say congratulations. And then before I let you go, is there anyone that you would like to give a shout out to? A teammate, someone watching the stream, a friend, anyone?
Thank Anton for the help. Definitely have seen an improvement this season over the past 2 seasons that I've been in. This is huge. So thank you.
All right. So I assume that's D1 Anton Rusevic.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. He's been an amazing help to me too. So, but yeah, either way, amazing job. Congratulations. And I will send you back down to your race review, but hopefully I get to see you up again here in the booth late, at one of our next races.
Appreciate it. Hope to see you soon.
Yep. All right. Talk to you later. If Discord will scroll properly. There we go. All right. So that was Brad Bertram, our P3 finisher. So they did an amazing job. And then I believe I see Reese, who was our P2. Let's see if I can pull him up here. Paolo Reese, welcome to the booth.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Congratulations on your P2 finish. I know that you were fighting with Dirksen for a good chunk of the first stint, but go ahead and talk us through your race and how you think it went.
Wow, it was amazing. Seriously, very nice race. Everybody was respectful. I lost my race in the pits, for sure. P1 pit, my tires were done, and I did another lap. Then I went in, and I stopped like a foot before that freaking thing there. So I lost another 5 seconds, but it doesn't matter. It's fine. I'm really happy about P2. Really happy.
Yeah, we noticed that you went from about a second back before the pit stop to 10 seconds back, and we weren't quite sure what happened. We weren't sure if there was some damage that you may have been repairing or something.
Not even. It was my tires.
Okay.
The car was slipping. It was slipping around. It was completely a different car.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
And then.
But it's fine.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right. And then in the back half of the race, I saw that you were having fun with blue flags and trying to get past them. Was that in an attempt to try and get past them quicker so you could fight for the win, or was that something else?
I tried, but I was pushing a bit too much, and my late brakings at the end of the second stretch on top, I was losing it at the end to do the turn. So I said, you know what, let's just back off a bit and finish second. I'm gonna be happy. It's pretty good, you know. It's fine. Really happy about it.
Yeah, P2 is definitely nothing to sneeze at, especially when we have a long season ahead where you have chances for wins later. So
absolutely. Like I was faster at the beginning, but I burned my tires completely.
Yeah,
that's why I lost it after. But it's fine. It's okay.
Speaking about being faster in the start of the race, at some point during I think it was midway through the first stint, I don't remember if it was you letting Dirksen by or Dirksen letting you by in between turn 5 and 6, or at least that's what it looked like to us.
Yeah, Dirks let me by. I was faster, so he let me by.
Ah, okay. We weren't sure if there was something happening, like one of you had accidentally shoved the other off or something, but
nope, absolutely not. He saw that I was faster, so he let me go. But he knew what he was doing. He knew that my tires would be burned, so yeah, that's it.
All right,
it's fine.
Yeah. All right. So either way, great job, Sean. My partner in the booth unfortunately had to leave early, but he would say congratulations to you as well.
Thank you very much.
Last question before I send you back: is there anyone that you would like to give a shout out to, like a teammate or someone?
Yeah. My teammate, absolutely. Quinn, Jetter, I'm happy. Whatever you do, man, if you have fun, the important is to have fun. So whatever happens, it happens. Doesn't matter. That's racing. You know, racing incidents always happens.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm French Canadian, so my
you're
English
fine.
is not 100%, but I try to do my best. But all my peeps, Darren on in D3, Matt, all the gang. Thank you for racing with me. Thank you for helping me and giving me good setups and pushing me.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, boys.
All right. Yeah, I will say your English is perfectly fine. It's a lot better than some of the English that I've heard in some other places in the United States. So no worries on that. But either way, congratulations, and hopefully we get to see you up here again in the booth. But I will send you back down to your race review.
I hope. Thank you very much. Have a great evening or night, boys. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so that was Paulo Reis, our P2 finisher, and I will go ahead and pull up our P1 finisher and Christian Dirksen. Christian, welcome to the booth.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Doing good. So unfortunately, Sean Paul had to leave early to take care of his kids, but he would say congratulations, and I will also say congratulations on your P1 finish.
Thank you very much. Yeah, first win in the series. Pretty excited about that. It was a really good race with P2 with Rice, I think his name was. First stint was super fun. We were battling the whole time, and then for the pit cycle, I pulled away a bit.
Yeah. So, like you were saying, you were really fast together in the first stint, bouncing back and forth, but around a second away from each other the entire time. Reis said, Paulo Reis said that you let him by about halfway through the first stint because you thought that he would be faster and you were just going to let him wear out his tires. Is that true, or was there some other reason to let him past?
Yes, correct. So like I saw in qualifying, he was 0.03 off my time, so I knew he was pretty much on my pace, and I have never led a race before, so it was pretty nerve-wracking for me having him behind me a couple of tenths the whole time. And then I just decided, you know what, I don't want to battle him too hard. I'll let him go. He's clearly a little bit faster than me, and then I just thought, okay, I'll follow his lines and see where he's gaining time and stuff. And I ended up sticking to him, and yeah, undercut him, and it worked out.
All right. Yeah, so in the pit stops, he was talking about how he unfortunately missed his pit stop marker, but also he was sliding around a lot. Were you also having tire issues toward the ends of your stints, or were you mostly smooth sailing?
Yeah, I was sliding a lot as well, but I did see him sliding as well. That gave me hope that I could keep with him. And then that was a bit of the tricky situation where I didn't know how soon I did want to come in, because obviously that would make the second stint much more difficult. And yeah, luckily for me, he messed up his pit or whatever, right? Because we were together when he went in, and then when he came out, he was, I think, 10 seconds behind or something. Yeah. So that eased off the pressure for me, so I didn't have to worry too much about my tires. But the second stint was not straightforward. The amount of, how's it called in English? The cars that I had to pass that were lapped.
Blue flagged cars.
Yeah, the blue flag cars it was crazy. It was non-stop and really scary, but everyone behaved and worked out.
Yeah, it can be scary on both sides of that. For a good chunk of the race, we were watching Paulo Reis try and get past two blue flag cars who were both fighting each other, and them trying to fight each other while also not ruining his race was really interesting to watch. But yeah, so glad to hear that. So during the second stint, I know that he had issues with blue flaggers, but he was catching you fairly consistently. Maybe would have ended at a battle at the end of the race. If it came down to a battle, do you think you would have been able to hold off against him?
I was thinking the same thing. I think if there wouldn't have been as much traffic, I think he would have caught me towards the end of the stint, and obviously with newer tires, so I was mentally ready for it and trying to take care of my tires in case a battle would ensue. But yeah, that would have been an exciting finish for sure.
All right. So last question I have for you is there anyone that you would like to give a shout out to, like a teammate or someone watching the stream?
Really, not anyone that no one knows I'm driving this right now, but I guess yeah, just really having fun in this series, and yeah, I guess shout out to you guys more than anything for organizing this.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun streaming these races, and then obviously the admins and the moderators putting this all together. So, really nice job. Obviously, they do an amazing job putting this together, and then you did an amazing job giving us a spectacle to watch for this stream, and then you can watch it back and hopefully have good feelings about it.
Awesome, I'll do that.
All right. So again, congratulations on your P1 finish, and hopefully we will see you again. Although I don't know. You'll probably get promoted to at least gold, but I don't know. Hopefully you won't get thrown up into D4.
Okay, we'll see. Whatever happens, happens.
All right. I will send you back down to your race review, but other than that, have a good night.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. See ya.
Thank you. All right, so that is the end of our interviews with our P1, 2, and 3 finishers of Dirksen, Reese, and Bertram. So that is the end of our overall stream here today. We had an amazing race at Barcelona. Come back next week to race at Zolder, and Zolder is going to be very fun because we are racing in the dark. So for those of you who don't know, Zolder is a very bumpy track. It's kind of hard to see there, but in the middle of at the start of the second sector, which is the blue line, which I believe is turn 5, there is a massive curve that you either have to slow way down to go around or jump over. And it is very hard to choose which of those you do, depending on the track. And especially with it being so dark, because there's not that many ambient lights, it's going to be interesting to see how these drivers take care of it. But that is next week back here on YouTube. You can also go back and watch the D3 and D1 streams on YouTube. Or you can come tomorrow to watch Sean Paul and I race. I will be on D2 on YouTube or Twitch. And then Sean Paul will be in D4 on YouTube right here. Same bat time, same bat channel. But again, I am Trey Morgan. I was your main host, joined by Sean Paul. It has been an amazing, fun time here watching this race with y'all. But I hope you all have a good night and rest of your week. See y'all later.
When I was just a new driver, I asked Coach Jeffries, what will I be? Will I be speedy? Will I crash out? Here's what he said to me. SRA, your division will be what it be. SRA is a mystery. Hey, when I ran my first endurance, I asked my team what life